revolution. Do or die right now, cause it's revolution. Time's up now, cause it's revolution. End of days is here, cause it's revolution. Stomping in my big black boots, cause it's revolution. Queens, are you ready for this revolution? Kings, are you ready for this revolution? Let me hear you say revolution, come on. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Get ready for the battle, get ready for the fight. After the war, everything's gonna be alright. Enough is enough, they took our human rights. Are you ready for the revolution? Cause we're turning up tonight. When I step outside, it's do or die. I'm a revolutionary guy, I'm ready to ride. The enemies of government, they're on the opposite side. Let's go. Marching in the streets cause it's revolution. Do or die right now cause it's revolution. Time's up now cause it's revolution. End of days is here cause it's revolution. Stomping in my big black boots cause it's revolution. Queens, are you ready for this revolution? Kings, are you ready for this revolution? Let me hear you say revolution, come on. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Stomping in my big black boots cause it's revolution. Queens, are you ready for this revolution? Kings, are you ready for this revolution? Let me hear you say revolution, come on. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. Revolution, revolution. High priest, someone out, delivering the Metascience. The revolution is on. No talk, it's action time. If you're not ready for the revolution, step to the side and go home before we beat your ass. You're done now. Metascience.
Come on, freedom, Metascience, freedom, like a runaway slave, freedom, like I just got paid, freedom, 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 come on, freedom, 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 Metascience, freedom, 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 come on, freedom, Metascience, freedom, 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 I can't hear you, freedom, freedom, say it with your chest, freedom, freedom, all my queens, let me hear you say freedom, all my kings, let me hear you say freedom, all my jail, let me hear you say freedom, all my brothers, let me hear you say freedom, all my sisters, let me hear you say freedom. Pump your fist in the air to show that you care. The high priest and the freedom fighters are the government's worst nightmare. Let us prepare to damage and tear this new world order that has treated us unfair. First solution is a revolution. This is a freedom song, so sing along. We're a million men strong, the war is on because Babylon did us wrong. The time is now to be awake, the terror. Broadcast the news that is fake. I'm the high priest when I get high, I levitate. When the war is over, heaven on earth is what we're going to create. A high priest and his Metascience soldiers and his freedom fighters. It's time to concentrate. Elohim, forgive us for our sins. No else, only wins, destroy the evil that is within. Freedom, 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 come on. Freedom, freedom, come on, freedom, freedom, like a runaway slave, freedom, like I just got paid, freedom, while I'm smoking the J, freedom, every single day, let me hear you say freedom, freedom, come on, all my queens, let me hear you say freedom, all my kings, let me hear you say freedom, all my jail, let me hear you say freedom, all my brothers, let me hear you say freedom, all my sisters, let me hear you say freedom, like freedom, freedom, Metascience, freedom, come on, freedom, pump your fist in the air to show that you care. The high priest and the freedom fighters are the worst nightmare. Let us prepare to damage and tear this new world order that has treated us unfair. First solution is a revolution. This is a freedom song, so sing along. We're a million men strong, the war is only cause Babylon did us wrong. Freedom, 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 come on, freedom, 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 come on, freedom, 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 I can't hear you, freedom, say it with your chest, freedom, freedom, come on, all my queens, let me hear you say freedom, all my kings, let me hear you say freedom, all my children, let me hear you say freedom, all my brothers, let me hear you say freedom, all my sisters, let me hear you say freedom, freedom, like a runaway slave, freedom, like I just got paid, freedom, when I'm smoking the J, freedom, every single day.
Alright, it's High Priest on this beat. Bun down Babylon, bun it down, bun it down. You know. Alright, let's go in. Check it.
Living life in an exalted dimension. Shades trying to hold me back like detention. Police start shooting shootings without questions. Oneness with God, my spirit is ascending. As an indigo child, suppressed emotions from acting wild. Under duress when brought to trial. So divine, copy my style. And if I die tonight, bury me a G. That's the only remedy to set my soul free. Mental slavery prohibits the third eye to see. Once conscious, the darkness is easy to reach. I incarnated physically to teach. The good shepherd came for the sheep. If I'm broke, then I forfeit my seed. The high priest delivering lyrics that are deep. As an indigo child, chant this song out loud. My children, the time is now. As an indigo child, chant this song out loud. My children, the time is now. Alright, verse 2, let's go. Light codes, transmitted from the stars. Preserving gorilla glue in pickle jars. Astral projecting like an avatar. I trusted friends who let me down. Life is superficial in London town. Sometimes my brain just wants to break down. Which occurs when losing focus. Become reborn like the lotus. While I dematerialize and transform into ether. A magical procedure. Healing music for the receiver. Pause. Ask yourself, are you a believer that life will get a little better with patience? As we build to become one nation. No, Satan's power is your temptation. So never lose concentration of your own creation. Chant this song out loud. My children, the time is now. The time is now. As an indigo child, chant this song out loud. My children, the time is now. As an indigo child, chant this song out loud. My children, the time is now.
My children, the time is now to stand up and face reality and conquer your own destiny. For Most High, El Elyon, Anu, Allah is watching and guiding us to our destiny. Always have faith and unconditional love and seek salvation within thyself. Ishq or divine love is incubated in everything that exists. All is in all, nothing can be added or taken from the all. AMUN.
Metascience. Let's go. Metascience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas. I say you already know what time it is now. They call me International Man. Hurry up in the building tonight, just so you know. Your favorite high boy, dope boy, blessed boy, vibe machine, aka your high terminator. Here you are, so your property here tonight. Permit me to introduce to you the most powerful prophet on earth with a heart of gold and charity. We're talking about one of the high priests of the order of Melchizedek, the Metascience final boss, the Metascience CEO, the Metascience captain, the El Duce, the reigning, defending heavyweight microphone champion of the world. We're talking about President and the CEO, the Grand High Priest of Metascience Ministry, AMUN L. Let me hear you say Meta. I say he's here today to give us a gift, a powerful gift from heaven, a gift that has made men mighty, a gift that has made men strong, a gift of victory, a gift of revolution, a gift of freedom, and a gift that will make you a champion. We are talking about the prophet specially sent by God, a prophet ahead of his time, choosing one sent from God to bring the revolution to the end. We are talking about the chosen one sent from God to come and conquer, become a champion, and give victory to the children of the Lord.
Metascience. Let's go. Metascience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas. I say you already know what time you need to know. They call me International Man. Hurry up in the building tonight, just so you know. Your favorite high boy, dope boy, blessed boy, Fab Machine, aka your high terminator. Here you are, so your prophet here tonight. Permit me to introduce to you the most powerful prophet on earth with a heart of gold and charity. We're talking about one of the high priests of the order of Melchizedek, the Metascience final boss, the Metascience CEO, the Metascience captain, the El Duce, the reigning, defending heavyweight microphone champion of the world. We're talking other person than the CEO, the grand high priest of Metascience Ministry, AMUN. Let me hear you say Meta. I say he's here today to give us a gift, a powerful gift from heaven, a gift that has made men mighty, a gift that has made men strong, a gift of victory, a gift of revolution, a gift of freedom, and a gift that will make you a champion. We are talking about the prophet specially sent by God, a prophet ahead of his time, choosing one sent from God to bring the revolution to the end. We are talking about the chosen one sent from God to come and conquer, become a champion, and give victory to the children of the Lord.
Mic check 1 2 Metascience. Let me check. Mic check 1 2. Hold on.
Alright, you don't know, it's AMUN on the track. I got my Elohim serious. Yeah, about to drop some conscious on this track. Alright, let's go in. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Living life as a mortal, while temptation is inevitable to miss. Whether it's the money or a kiss, a gun or a fist, disagree with thoughts, destroy myself from being bliss. I'm living absolute truth. Frequencies out of this world, I've been recorded in this vocal with police see and they're ready to shoot. But my soul is forever bulletproof. Police break into my car while they handcuff me and search for the loot. My spirit is diverting off God's route. I'm a free man, I obey God's law. I don't follow any statutes. Eternal being who's been conditioned to release the beast. I told you I was the high priest, but lately the demons are looking at me like I'm a culture feast. Or is it I'm a troubled soul who checks peace simultaneously, causing chaos in the streets? Are you human or you God? Ask yourself that question. John 10:34, here is a suggestion. Are you human or you God? Ask yourself that question. John 10:34, here is a suggestion.
I stay erected as prime intelligence, with a mind that remains benevolent. So when reminded of my high residence, I'm no longer negligent of the course, and due to the course, I am reference to self-high presidents. Cause from the seat of seriously, I hold a seat of perception. So I'm presidentially free as the most high elite. When life is so sweet, cause I'm constantly blinging to the eye as the illumined eye illusion in thy artistry. Say I'm still at peace. Of whole one illuminated crystalline, so sharp and clean as Morris Assassin's Creed. Got me moving through the shadows and shades of triple darkness, leaving masterpieces for many adepts to practice. Writing and speaking spells out across four corners, causing an effect on elements. Cause through the language of suggestion, I'm becoming arm, leg, arm, head, lethal weapon. Arm, leg, arm, head, lethal weapon. Generator, operator, destroyer of dimensions. Generator, operator, destroyer of dimensions.
Oh, your computer's doing something.
Are you human or you God? Ask yourself that question.
One. Okay, cool.
Calculating my frequency will be an infinite process. Darkness is what I express. Studying more, never be less. Cold knowledge is like expressing
Yeah.
I'm a work in progress. Tree absorbed with every. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the High Priest, the Metascience final boss, the Metascience CEO, the Metascience captain, the Metascience commander-in-chief, the Metascience champ, the El Duce, the reigning, defending, heavyweight microphone champion of the world, the Grand Hierophant AMUN El, you done know Metascience. And tonight, on the Metascience Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship radio show via the Hub Live 105.2 FM, we have a special guest tonight. We have Ryan Sanders right here tonight.
1, 2, what's happening, my priest? Cheers for having me, bro.
You're all right, bro.
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
Yeah, we just are just here. We're just making sure that everybody is tuned in and making sure that everybody can hear us live and clear. And right now, we've able to make this happen tonight, and we're gonna go straight into it. And we're just playing some tunes just earlier on, just to let people reflect and get introduced to what's coming, because we're dealing with some serious consciousness right now. And right now, like, I've invited you tonight because High Priest Amun El has been thinking about our community, thinking about us as revolutionary rappers or conscious rappers. And it's difficult for us, very difficult, to be able to get our music heard and our music exposed and our music reachable to the people that actually need to listen to us and be able to liberate themselves and charge themselves up like a Super Saiyan. And right now, we have to overstand and understand that us as the conscious community, or us as revolutionary freedom fighters that are ready to fight for the final battle, which is good versus evil. We need to get together and be able, my brothers and sisters, to unite so that we can be able to bring truth, justice, and righteousness to this planet. You done know Metascience. So now, Ryan, tell me about your story. How did you become a revolutionary rapper? How did you even become Ryan Sanders?
Okay, well, so do you want me to start at the beginning, or?
Yeah. Start. Let the people, let the audience know. Let the freedom fighters, the revolutionaries know. How did you come on this earth, and what is your purpose on this earth?
I came on this earth. Well, I won't go back that far because we're talking about, as you call it, revolutionary music. I started making music a long time ago, and I was always speaking the truth in some way. And I don't know, it's like, I always did that, but I didn't understand that's why I wasn't fitting into certain circles. I wouldn't conform. I wouldn't try and be like anybody. I wasn't trying to fit in with any type of stereotype. So for a long time, I wasn't really getting nowhere with it, to be honest with you, for a long time. And there's been several reinventions of myself in terms of making music and whatnot. And then it was, this is a short version of the long story, but it was after years and years of doing open mics, putting out music, taking it down because no one saw it, etc. And then it was around the COVID times when people resonated a bit more with what I was doing, because I was always just tapping into a certain truth. And it was around them times that people became a little bit more open-minded. And even me, my mind opened up even further, and yeah, things just accelerated from around 2021-ish. I was always doing stuff before, and I'd carry it well anyway. There's people that have followed me for years. Like you said, it's hard to get your music known. I was always building a tribe.
I see. So you're, have you united with your tribe?
Yeah, very much. And it's like, recently I've been dipping in and out of social media, not being as...
Yeah, I can see you don't really post too much.
No, because I like to, where I'm at now, I like to go back into the cave to create rather than just being online all the time. Because I think some people are just online, for lack of a better word, just chasing the clout. And I'm not one of those people. Like I said, my whole journey has been the opposite of that. You know what I mean? I've always just gone in my own direction. And it is hard, but to be honest, this is just... That's how I think that's me just staying true to myself, you know, and doing things how I want to, saying what I want to say on my music and whatnot.
No, I hear that. So what would you say is your top 5 rappers, dead or alive, that inspired you to do music and specifically do hip hop or rap?
Top 5 dead or alive, yeah?
Yeah, top 5 dead or alive.
So I'll go back to the beginning because, like you said, inspired me to do my thing, yeah? Back in the day, and it's going to sound funny because I'm not like these artists, but like Eminem and 50 Cent were the first rappers that I was into.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. And I think the first time I ever rapped was probably with a bit of an American twang, like
okay.
Not on a track or nothing, but rapping to my friend or something.
Yeah.
And then I found grime. So
see.
you're looking at like Gets was like my favorite artist when I was at school.
And you're from that area as well, like
yeah,
so
I'm
you're,
from
the
East.
Proximity of the grime scene was so you could see it as it grew. You know what I mean? Me, I'm from West London, so like the only people that we had was probably just like King or Ice Kid or maybe just Angel. You know what I mean? But you have Wiley, then you've got the JMEs, the Boy Better Know, the Roll Deep, the Scratchy.
Yeah, it
you know what I
originates
mean?
from East London. So, and there was obviously the fire camp and that's there from down the road from where I was growing up as well. So there was a lot of everybody, like not everybody, but a lot of people at school, they all had 8 bars or 16 bars. Even if they were just joking around, it was just part of the culture to just have some bars, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, but then I'd jump on rap beats as well. At that time, there was no names of genres. It was just download beats off LimeWire.
Oh, off LimeWire.
Yeah. And just,
so you're pre-YouTube beats.
Yeah,
pre-YouTube. SoundCloud.
Yeah, pre-SoundCloud, way before them time. And grime, rap. So I said Gets, didn't I? I said a couple of artists. Probably
You said Eminem, Gets,
and 50 Cent.
And 50 Cent. So 2 more. Dead or alive. Like, it doesn't matter what, because we're going to get even more specific.
You know what comes to mind straight away is Tupac.
Okay. Shout out to Tupac. Happy birthday for Tupac.
Is it his birthday?
Yeah, it's his birthday today.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tupac, because he was kind of on this, you'd call it revolutionary
rap.
He was a conscious rapper.
Yeah.
Always made songs with a real message. It wasn't like street music. You know, it was. I think he probably had a few tunes.
Well, he had street music,
but the ones that stood out to me anyway was more like talking to everybody.
Oh, okay.
And that's more like what I've always kind of been on. Like, how can I speak to everybody? You know
but that's what we're saying. Like, he's like one of the artists in terms of conscious rappers, revolutionary rappers that inspired the most, because he was because his history starts that he comes from the Black Panthers. Yeah, so already that's a revolutionary party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what they did in the civil rights movement, and with Huey P. Newton and Bobby's Seal, and so he's already got that mindset to be revolutionary. Yeah, and when he came out with his first album, like studio album, Tupacalypse Now, he wasn't mainstream enough. Like, he got a deal because he was finding his way in Oakland, going with Digital Underground and trying to like climb the ladder to, because back in the day it wasn't just you made music on your computer and just distributed it on DistroKid or whatever. You had to get a record deal and a distribution as well, so that your music can be on tapes, CDs, vinyls. But anyway, cut long story short, he didn't pop until he more or less died. You know, that's when he became legendary, phenomenal, out of this world. You get me? Okay. And it seemed that's how the music business more or less is right now. That it's only the legacy artists right now that are winning. They can like look at Chris Brown. Chris Brown just came out of jail in UK. He's touring and he's like, you get me? Like he's living life because they know that he's an asset. You get me? He's intellectual property in a sense. You know what I mean? He puts the lights on for the record label. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we've got Eminem, 50 Cent, Gets, Tupac, and what's the last one?
You know what's coming to mind, yeah? And this one might be random for a lot of people, yeah? And it's because of his production as well as his spitting, yeah?
Go on.
Grime legend, Dot Rotten.
Okay, he comes from my ends. He's from Grove.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from West.
I always rated him because of the way his beats sounded different, and he was cold at spitting as well.
Oh.
And as everybody knows, or well, if you don't know, I'll tell you, I produce all my stuff as well. And not just him. There's many people that I've always thought, yeah, if you can produce and rap and create your own sound, then you're winning. And that's why I spend a lot of time crafting out. So, but now that I've mentioned all of them, there's probably loads of rappers I could.
Well, that's what we're saying. We're gonna get into that. So, like, who are your top 5 UK rappers, and explain why? You know what I mean? We've narrowed it down now. So UK.
So right
only.
now.
Well, like,
because I'll be honest with you. You see, right now, I feel like I'm a little bit out of touch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've checked for, like, for example, you see, like, what would you say, Central C is the main guy right now?
Yeah, in UK.
I've checked for his album because I just thought I should check for it. So
yeah, it's like the industry blueprint. You know what I mean? You need to see what he's doing, what the record labels is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that we can learn as well.
Because at the end of the day, like, whatever's happened in his situation, they've popped the cork on worldwide rap. He's one of the biggest rappers in the world.
Yeah.
And I thought the album was quite good, to be fair. Like, I'm not really into the street stuff.
Oh, okay.
I've always veered away from the street stuff in real life.
Oh, in real life, yeah.
And I've always been the one to try and, if someone I'm around is moving in a certain direction, I'm always the one trying to be like, no, come man, let's do something positive. So obviously in music, I'm not gonna make music.
You're not gonna pretend to be something you're not. You're not gonna fake it to make it.
No.
Yeah.
There's only one time in my whole career where I went a certain direction by people's guidance, management, that really I think probably shouldn't have done that. But that was just because more like, you know, when people were trying to make them wifey rhythm commercial type tunes and that.
Yeah.
Early, like in the grime times, probably like 2012, 2013 or whatever.
Yeah.
We tried something in them times, it didn't work, and then I kicked myself after. But that was just trying to do business.
I see.
Other than that, I've always been on my own thing.
No, I hear that. So then, what? So you don't have any UK rappers that you can rate? Like, doesn't matter which era.
Well, all right. Wait, are we talking grime and rap?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to like hyper categorize it too much.
All right. We're talking about grime and rap UK rappers. You get UK grime and UK rappers. Top 5. Let's go.
Like I said before, Gets. I like Skepta.
Why do you like Skepta?
I was inspired by Skepta. I'll tell you why.
Is it because he's a producer?
I wasn't thinking that, but that's a good point. Yeah, that would add into it as well.
Yeah.
I saw Skepta performing in Malia in 2009, and no one knew who he was except for me and my mates. Yeah, in some club. There was
really?
Probably the size of this room, and like it wasn't Ram.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you saw him when he was on the come up?
On the come up. Like, we were fans.
Days.
Me and my friends, we were fans of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we loved it. Yeah. And then it was about 10, 15 years later when I see him smashing it in America.
Oh.
And he brought out Konnichiwa, that album.
Yeah.
For me, I'd seen the journey, so I was like, you can't not be inspired by that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I do like his music as well. It's not just that. It's
okay.
JME. I like JME.
Okay, his brother.
To be fair, JME always actually speaks sense. He's a conscious rapper.
Yeah, he's a conscious rapper.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or conscious grime artist.
Conscious grime artist.
Yeah. So that's 3.
To be honest, I wouldn't say these are in order either. They're just
coming to mind. Whatever, innit?
Because like I said, I go in and out of touch with the music scene sometimes.
Oh.
I said Gets, I said Skepta, I said JME. Like I said, Dot Rotten as well, but that was more for his production, to be honest. I think he goes hard when he spits, especially when he's doing them war dubs and that. That was crazy. Yeah. Let me name one more. I used to be a big fan of Wretch.
Okay,
In that same time when I was a fan of Gets, like that whole movement there.
Yeah.
You know, that was a sick movement back then. That was who they inspired me back then.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I've been through a lot of different eras in my journey as a fan, actually, rather than even as an artist. Like I'll go through, say, a year of just listening to one artist, learning all about their discography, and then I'll move on to someone else. So it's hard to say who my favorites are, man.
No, I hear that.
I could probably speak on quite a lot of artists. I was like quite a sponge at certain different times.
Nah, I hear that still. I mean, what about revolutionary rappers? What are your top 5 revolutionary rappers? This is the last, question of this category.
Yeah. You know what? I might have to take it closer to home for this question.
Yeah. No. That's what we want.
Yeah,
we want.
We're knee deep in this. So
yeah.
I rate Mufri right now.
Okay.
He's put when I DJ.
Shout out to Mufri.
Yeah. He's dropped like 4 albums in the last few years.
In fact, he's dropped a project called to do with Revolutionary Ninja.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he's already on board.
Yeah. And I rate him just for the actual work that he's putting in.
Yeah. He's the one. He's got the biggest work ethic. I can say he definitely is like the Tupac or the Gucci Mane of this UK revolutionary rap scene. You know what I mean? He's just dropping big projects, not
big
just
projects,
you know what I mean.
18 tracks deep in each one of them. I speak to him on the phone sometimes. He never says he's writing bars, so I just think when he drops the album, I'm like, you never tell me that you're sitting there writing bars. Like, when did you do this? So
he's
doing
focused.
Bits. You know what? I rate.
So that's one.
I'll rate. I rate. You know what it is? I'll draw from that time period of when we all linked up.
Yeah.
I rate Nate.
Okay.
For the projects he made.
Okay. Yeah.
I rate Carter Chase for the same time as well. There's that Slugs guy. I thought he was hard.
Okay.
Inspector Veg.
Yeah.
I
think one more.
Me.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, it's one of them things.
I said you don't even rate High Priest and that. What's going on?
No, of course I told you when I saw you, I rate your thing. Remember when I first met you?
Okay.
To be fair, I'll give him his flowers. When I first see this guy at a protest, he was just standing there performing, and it was a different sound. So I just went up to him. I said, "Yo, I like this. It's sounding good. Big up." And that's when I linked you, innit?
Yeah. No,
man.
that's facts. Yeah.
Come on. You've been dedicated to the cause, so.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So yeah, we've done a lot of projects like together. We've done a project called Stop the Violence. We did it in West London.
Yeah.
I think Pirate Studios.
Mm-hmm.
We made that. That was a project, but it didn't really get the exposure what we're trying to do in 2025.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cause that tune, Stop the Violence, is a tune that is timeless, meaning that it is relevant today, is relevant yesterday, and is relevant in the future. Because let me tell you something, dude. You see, this track is for all the children that are going out with knives, going out with guns, and killing each other senselessly because they've been conditioned and programmed in the system. And we want to make sure that we expose this conscious and revolutionary music so that the children and the youths can grow up and be able to do their purpose and not get brainwashed in this evil and wicked Babylon system. So what we're saying, my brother, is that we've done so many projects. We've done even shows in little pubs. You've gone further than High Priest Someone Else. You're doing festivals and that High Priest Someone Else still doing little open mics and still in the bar scene and that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not saying that we didn't have ups and downs and that. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it 100. You get me? But like, it's glad that we're able to reunite for a common cause and be able to smash this thing. Because at the end of the day, like what we said, we're at a time, dude, that it's no longer by yourself. It's a community thing. Do you have anything to say on that, bro?
I mean, there wasn't really a question, was there? But like, to elaborate, I believe what you're saying is true about artists need, not even artists, people need each other. You can't just go on your own and do certain things, especially when we're supposed to unite for a certain cause. And that's why we can always, we can always what's the word? Negotiate. Or not negotiate. If we've got a problem, we can talk it out. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to have beef with fellow artists. You know? Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live on that one.
Okay.
And on the FM. This one, I don't know what's going on.
I was wondering why you put the fan on.
No, because that camera is overheated. It needs to cool down.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the Metascience is hot content right now. Anyway, yeah. In terms of like what we're saying about our relationship, like, yeah, like we've done a couple of shows, we've done one project, and like I would like to do a project with you again, but it has to be like, you know, it has to make sense in terms of like why we're doing it, the campaign, who's like how we're gonna achieve our goals and that, you know what I mean? But I want to talk about the freedom movement.
Okay.
Like, why do you think the freedom movement is not as potent and as powerful, or do you think it's gonna come back because of the times we're in right now?
You know what it is? When all this stuff happened, it was because of lockdown. Yeah. People got fed up and they wanted to go outside. So when there was a march for lockdown, everybody had a reason to come out and unite. When it all got let off and everyone could go back to work and go back to doing whatever they were doing, that's what they'd rather be doing, really.
Oh, okay.
That's the short answer, really. I don't, you know, there's no threat right now. Obviously now there's all this talk of war, right? So it does feel like something could be on the horizon, but we don't quite know what's going to happen yet. They might start trying to draft people into the army and whatnot, or create some sort of propaganda to get everybody to stay indoors or join the army. Either one. I don't know what's going to happen, but only when there's going to be some sort of urgent action where they're trying to force us to do something. That's when those sorts of things happen. That's when people start to think, nah, and they want to stand up. They're not just gonna, I don't know, or even me, like, I don't want to just go out and protest for no reason. You know what I mean? I rate the ones that carried on trying to raise awareness, though, of like the 2030 agenda and all of that stuff. Some of these lot are still active doing that. So yeah, man, just
like who's active doing that? Like, I don't see anything really happening. The only thing I'm seeing happening is the Gaza or Palestine.
Monty and Nacho are doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. They're doing it, yeah. No, for real.
They're actually putting in the work. So.
But they were at a time, yeah. That's what we were saying. There was a time when they were leading marches, they were leading protests, like million man strong protest, like their actual brand of protest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In COVID, that's what we're trying to say. What happened to? Why ain't people on that? When the time right now is like we're suffering, we've got all this grooming gangs going on in the country, yeah, and the government is don't give a f about it. They're even making excuses why not to get involved and looking inside these cases because they know that they're entangled with it. You see what we're saying? But the people are just being quiet and don't want to get involved.
No, I think there are people that are making noise about that. I've seen it. But you know what it is? In fact, I'm glad you brought this up, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be the one to actually start talking about this one publicly, but it is what it is. I've big people up that are standing up against that, but there's a fine line between doing that and then just becoming racist. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't? Well, there's a fine line between trying to be against like the grooming gangs and all that stuff there, and then just becoming someone that hates Islam. Because I see people who are doing that. And I ain't gonna name names, bro. It's long, because like if they were here, then I could debate with them. But I'm not trying to like just start off some sort of back and forth with people. But my view is that, well, not even my view. I'll just say it. It's been predicted for over 100 years that they're going to orchestrate a war between Christians and Muslims.
But the war's always been happening.
Yeah, and it's been building up to a crescendo where it's going to kick off. Well, we're kind of already stepping into the World War III now. You know what I'm saying? And my view is that we need to rise above that mentally to be like, no, I ain't gonna hate on this man because he's Muslim or because he's Christian. It's like they're trying to set the radicals onto each other. You know what I'm saying? So it should be a unity movement. Not against anyone, just a unity movement. To show the radical people with both religions, like, no, it's not about that. It's about joining forces.
Who's the common enemy, dude?
The people that run the world.
Oh, okay, thank you. So what you're saying about the Cabal and the Illuminati and the 13 bloodlines and the reptilians and the Greys and all them kind of people there.
Everyone's got a different thing they call them, but...
Or the demiurge.
The ones that...
The devil.
That pull the strings.
Shaitan.
Yeah, it's all written in the Bible, do you know what I mean? It's all there, it's all... Revelations is unfolding. You know what I mean? It's been unfolding in real time in recent years.
No, of course, bro.
It's getting dangerously close, and that's the thing. With all these things, yeah, you've got what everyone knows is Agenda 2030, yeah? I'm pretty sure it's well documented if you look up what Agenda 2030 is, yeah? And then you've got on the government website, you've got something called the Human Augmentation Project. That outlines it all as well. The Revelations in the Bible, it was written, how many thousand years ago? 2,000 years ago?
Yeah, 2,000 years ago.
That explains the same thing. So you've got ancient documents matching current documents that are backed by the government. Like, if you piece it together, it's not that hard to figure out. And you got people that don't want to hear nothing. They just want to be have their horse blinkers on. They don't want to know nothing. But it's like, listen, these are things you should take note of.
Yep. I mean, dude, people just want to have fun, you know. You get me? People are here to party. You know what I mean? Like, but I will say, you know what? You see London right now, the vibe is kind of dead. I can't lie. You know what I mean? We're in some British summertime, yeah. This is the peak, yeah, in terms of what we're gonna get for sun and to get the sun's rays and stuff like that. But right now, dude, like there's no activities. People are depressed. People don't even have money to enjoy themselves. What's going on right now, guys?
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
What,
you get me? Like, okay.
People can't afford to have fun, basically.
Yeah.
What do I think?
Okay, let's put it in perspective, dude. All right, we're both artists, yeah? Mm-hmm. We do shows, okay? Yeah, sometimes our shows are even free, yeah? There's free shows, you know what I mean? And people don't even want to come and support us. They don't even have to pay for a ticket. They can enter the bar, enter the club. They don't even need to buy a drink. They can just support the artist, but no one has time for that. People are so focused on making money and trying to survive. That's what we're saying. It's affecting everybody, guys.
Yeah, it's a sad reality, isn't it, really?
That's what we're trying to say, brother. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we just pray, you know. You got upcoming festivals, right?
Yeah, I'm doing free
festivals. Let the people know when you're performing or...
Okay, so I'm doing 3 festivals. One's Elevate Festival. That is, I believe, on the weekend of the 8th of August.
Okay.
And a couple weeks later, I'm doing 2 festivals in one weekend, which is called Hope Freedom Music Festival. And I think that's on the 23rd or the 24th. It's on my Instagram. I ain't got a signal right now, so I can't check my Instagram.
Well, check out Ryan Saunders.
The flyers are there, and then Rise Above Weekender.
Yeah.
That's on the Sunday. Sunday the 24th, I believe, of August. So yeah, 3 shows in August. Check them out on my Instagram. Buy a ticket, come through. Me and Inspector Veg are performing together, actually.
That's nice. So how did you meet Inspector Veg?
think it was the same way I met you, actually.
What, just in the movement?
Yeah, just walking around. He tried to sell me a CD. I said no. And then he saw me spitting bars with my speaker, with my microphone and my speaker. And I think he felt the heat, didn't he? He felt the heat. He felt a bit of competition. We ended up doing a show together as well. And it started from there, really.
No, I hear that. I mean, it's pretty similar. The same way I met Inspector Veg was when we were all protesting. You know, at the time I was having my speakers doing my thing as well. You know what I mean? And he saw what I was doing, and he's like, you're about the Dr. Malachi York. Yeah, I can see it. Like the way you're dressed in that. Like that's the angle he came at, man. And he said, oh, can I use your mic, man? Can I use your mic? I want to spit bars. And then I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. You know what I mean? And then he started spitting bars and that. And then all of a sudden, all the people came to him, and then he even saw the CD out of doing that. And I had to even tell him, yo, look what I did for you. Look at that Metascience I did for you. You know what I mean? He will tell you. You know what I mean? Or he may not want to tell you. But anyway, yeah, you get me? That's how I met him. You know what I mean? But this goes now to the next question. Yeah, like, okay. Look at the current situation for us revolutionary rappers. He is now ranked high in terms of this. He is actually, you know, in the top, I would say top 5.
Well, he blew up off a freestyle, didn't he?
Exactly the same way he started in terms of we both knew him.
Yeah.
It's the same way. That's how he blew up. He just needed that right platform. You know what I mean? And he did it at the right time with DJ AG Online. You know what I mean? He was doing it when like more or less they were in harmony, in sync with energy, because DJ AG Online, he was like underground. You know what I mean? We can say he was.
To be fair, I've spoken to him about this as well. Really, that freestyle helped blow both of them. That's where the momentum kicked in for AG's thing even more. Like, he was building before. I actually know him from back in the day. But with the actual thing he's doing now, it was just bubbling beneath the surface. And then him and Veg linked up, and it went, I think, across all the freestyles, it got like 8 million views.
Oh, for real? So he went viral.
And then as a lot of artists do, that's when everyone started jumping on the wave. I mean, to be fair, even I jumped on the wave. But like the next week, I went down there myself. Yeah.
I bumped into you one time in King's Cross. Yeah. And that was the time, like, he just popped, like, because I think it was when Skepta and JME did. I don't know if it was planned or if it was a random, but that's when, as soon as they hit that platform, or DJ AG Online, that's when he went clear. You know what I mean? Because that's basically getting the cosign saying, he's part of the culture, and boom, boom, boom. And now he's performing right now. He's got General Levy. He's got
big
artists like that. But this is what we're saying. Like, I believe, like, it's difficult for artists right now to blow. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, like, you know, you didn't need this. This is more. It's like this. I want to say it's busking. You know what I mean? Because he's not asking for money, or he's doing charity work. But the artists now, you know, are now destroying the up and coming artists. You know what I mean? For their chance. You get me? Because now it's like you can't even. It's like you can go there randomly. Yeah, you can go to the platform randomly. But it's like the industry spoiled it. It was organic. If you understand what I mean. Yeah,
I think you know what you're saying is that it's saturated.
Yeah.
Everybody can make music. Everybody's an artist. Everybody everyone can make an Instagram account and upload a little freestyle of them from their iPhone, and they think they're on the same level as someone who's been making projects for 5 years. Like, that's what's happening. It is annoying. Like, I don't really talk about it much because I don't want to like fall into that thought pattern of like hating on anybody or whatever. It's like, crack on. But you know, when you've been doing it a long time, and then people come out with a freestyle, and it's like, bruh, like what?
Yeah, people think that it's one hit wonder times, or you know what I mean, the 15 minutes and fame. Nah, mate, it's about 15 seconds of fame nowadays.
It is, you know what 15 I mean? Seconds now,
Literally, like you can't even make a one hit wonder. Like, that's impossible even to make these days.
Even to make a good 3-minute song that people will listen to, is a challenge because people's attention span has rotted away. You know what I mean? If you can't grab someone's attention in 5 seconds now, it's like swipe to the next thing.
No, of course. So yeah, but okay, let's get back to what we were saying about the revolutionary rappers. Like, so me, you, Inspector Veg, Mr. Traumatic. We can even say people like even my enemies, the Logic, all of them. MC Righteous, Immortal Technique. Yeah. Who else? No, I'm not saying Immortal Technique's my friend. You get me? But I'm saying,
I know what you mean.
yeah, like everybody that is in this subgenre, like, why is it difficult for us to like actually get our message across and get the exposure and actually build a fan base? You know, a dedicated fan base that are ready to support us, go to our shows, buy our merch, and also be able to build an army to destroy this evil and wickedness, because that's more or less what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like what you said, build your tribe, and then once you got your tribe, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, yeah, we know the power of music. That's why we're doing it. Because if we weren't, we're conscious rappers. You get me? We don't do music for fun. We do music because it expresses our soul, and it's a way of communication in terms of vibration, which is one of the laws or cosmic laws of the universe. That the world, the universe is vibration. You get me? For example, sound is vibration, light is vibration in different concepts. In terms of the light is vibrating in a vacuum in space, and sound is vibrating through particles. But yeah, so what we're saying is, like, we need to figure it out. What like how do we connect with you guys that are out here that actually love to hear us and teach you guys about the current situation on the planet and how to prepare for end of days? How do we reach you? How do you think we reach our fans? What's the best way to reach our fans, bro?
Do you mean reaching new fans or like keeping the connection? What specifically are you trying to ask? Like how to go about building a fan base?
What I'm asking, brother, is how do we connect with our fans? How do we connect with you guys? Yes, you dude, and you queen, and you sister. What makes us want to be invested in us? How can we be able to make sure that you are feeling us the way that you felt Eminem, the way that you felt Tupac? Are we doing something wrong, or is it that you guys are just not ready to open up your soul?
Forget Eminem, yeah?
Go on.
Because like you're saying, times are so different right now. So everyone knows, really everyone kind of knows.
Like, why do people follow?
Wait, I'm answering.
Go on.
Because people know, yeah, when they come across an artist on Instagram, everyone knows that's just someone who's trying to build something, yeah? So you just have to keep consistent and keep on showing them that you're serious. And over time, it becomes a snowball effect.
Or
and you build one by one by one. It's the same theory that applies to anything, really. It's just like, even AG, for example, yeah? I knew him from Axe FM days, when he was the DJ on Axe FM. And it's like, really, it's like 15 years later when he's popped. So it's not just luck. Well, maybe there's an element of luck, but you create your own luck.
So you're saying he's been doing this before even the street thing?
Yeah, many years before.
So it's not something. So even
That's
him,
the only reason
he's been working. So you just have to give him his flowers. You can't. He's just been doing
I have
this thing.
to keep it real because
I mean, no, from you giving that revelation,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, you know what? Whatever he's doing, I'm good for him. He deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, like and that's why I don't blame him for doing what he's doing and trying to make it as popular as he possibly can, because it's like, I've been in the room with him back in the day when he used to MC as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what we're saying. We have to evolve.
People
we
don't
cannot
know.
just be a musician.
But like you said as well, yeah, you're right. this is what I'm saying. When you said about how do you people feel you like they feel Eminem, it's not the same thing because they were force-fed Eminem, really. Back then, you wouldn't really know of. Like, there's probably people.
Yeah, but
who are
there's
from
artists.
There's probably people from Detroit that were better than Eminem, yeah. But you didn't know about him.
Okay,
So-
let's bring it back home then. How do people feel like? I feel, to be honest, it's our country. Yeah, our country is bad vibes island. You know what I mean? Like, like seriously, like you see with America, yeah. Like if you're in the hood and you're doing music, the whole block is gonna support you. You know what I mean? Because you represent the block, you represent that story. You know what I mean? And we had bits and pieces of that, like in terms of what you were saying with Boy Better Know, the East London sides of things, Lord of the Mics. You get me? Like that was building the culture, that was building the story of East London or North versus East. You know what I mean? But like now, it's like there's like the drill scene came and went because literally it was just a vibration. It was bad vibes from the get-go. Yeah, and everybody that did the music is in jail or dead. You know what I mean? So so we're in a frame, we're in a, like, let's say an interval right now, or interlude of the it's up for grabs in terms of the audience, in terms of the music, because there's the like what we said, the drill rap. If you play drill, you just like now you just think switch it off, because you know that it's bad vibes and it's programming the children to do bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's been so stigmatized, and also to add to that, people like Potter Paper, people like Gigs, they're getting their shows cancelled because the police said no, you cannot do the show because of the music and the vibes and the lyrics and the aftermath of the show, people stabbing up each other and that. And that's one of the reasons why the music scene has died. And as a result, as the music scene has died, the club scene and the bar scene has died. Because remember, music and bars and pubs are in harmony, are in sync, because that's how they were able to get the musician exposed to the world, exposed and have an audience, and the bars can make the money by selling the drinks. You know what I mean? Especially in the Deep Depression era, when the drinks in America were banned or illegal to have alcohol. You get me? But let's move on. You know what I mean? Because like we've said a lot. Tell me about your new project and what you're doing in boxing.
Okay. Well, then there's a new project that I'm working on right now that is coming along nice. It's about, I don't know what to say actually, about 70% done sort of thing. But I've got the momentum at the moment, and it's going to be done quite soon. And there's a visual. I put out a teaser this last week of one of the songs that's on the project. And the visual, in fact, seeing as you asked, it ties in the boxing thing. I started boxing a couple years ago, more to like get fit and lose weight. But I would like to challenge myself to jump in the ring, God willing, this year, hopefully. That is the plan. But yeah, as I said, there's certain things that are marinating right now in music. Obviously I've got shows in August as well. So yeah, that is at the moment. I don't want to say too much about the project because it's still marinating. But for my supporters that know, I dropped a project a couple years ago, and this is going to be the next one. So yeah, all produced by me again. Yeah, so that's what's happening.
So when is it gonna come out?
Aiming for, where are we now? We're in June, yeah? I'm aiming to bring the project out hopefully August. August.
Okay, so just in time for your festivals and
yeah, latest should be September. But
do you have a campaign?
Yeah, there's visual content that has been made already. It's gonna be the theme of it it's all gonna. Well, like I said, I don't want to say too much about it, but I'm looking to top the last project I've done. What is the theme? Well, the clue, obviously there's a clue what you brought up. There's the fact that I'm doing boxing now, so there's references to do with that in there. The visuals will obviously hint at certain things I'm doing. And the overall name of it, the thing is I don't want to reveal the name of it just yet, but people will see. There's a positive message behind the reason why I'm fighting as well. It's not because, it's more of a, because let's be real, life is a fight. Mental health is a fight. Everything is a fight. Everything is a battle. So fighting is metaphorical to life. So that's why boxing is a good skill to attain, because you can apply your strength and your sharpness in various situations.
Well, that's an interesting project that is coming out in 2025, and I hope to hear it soon, and I hope all your fans get to hear it, and I hope you blow off this project in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Now, I got a good question to ask you. This is a very good question.
Okay.
And it's to do with AI music, and do we need human sound engineers? Is human sound engineers still the way forward?
100%. And I have the perfect answer, because I will reveal a little secret right now, yeah? In the mixing process of this album that I'm creating, I have been asking ChatGPT a couple questions.
Oh, okay.
About frequencies that cut through on the mobile device. Because obviously, like, my music does that anyway, but sometimes I need to remind myself of what frequencies need to cut through. Because a lot of people will just listen to your stuff on their phone. So as an engineer, you have to actually take that into consideration.
Oh,
so
really?
But I've asked ChatGPT a few questions, and it gives me the exact frequencies I need to be tweaking. So what I think, the same with everything with this AI stuff, humans have to stay in control of the AI. They can't let the AI control them. I think that's the battle that people are going to face in the future.
What, that the AI controls them, not them in control of AI?
Yeah.
I mean, look. High Priest someone else got cousins, he's got family members, he's got friends, you know what I mean, that are saying, yeah man, that you need to get that AI dude, that you need to be in with the times, that you're gonna be you're gonna be left behind, man, because they use the example of the internet. Yeah, that back in the day, yeah, you had the internet that was like, it was a baby, it was not threatening, it was primitive, it didn't have no purpose really in the 80s, in the 90s, and
it's always been like a bit of a Wild West situation, because anyone can go on the internet and do anything they want. You can create a website about anything.
No, of course you can create a website of anything, you know what I mean, but what I'm trying to say is, like, people are saying that you have to integrate yourself with the technology. You have to integrate yourself with the AI. But I believe people are just not buying it. You know what I mean? Look, okay, the biggest artists, people like Snoop Dogg, people like Drake, people like The Weeknd, they're using AI to promote and campaign for their projects. And, you know, like, okay, it's no one's saying it's amazing. People can see through it that it's AI. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, there's certain programs that you can use to create like music videos to tell the story of your tracks. Like, I feel that it can never beat actual you, the person, in the video. You know what I mean? Like, so for example, they create a clone, like an AI clone of you, of us. Yeah, and they use that clone, to create the video. You know what I mean? Like, even like animation, like in terms of like cartoons and CGI, there's still that human element of design. You see what I'm saying? Like what you said, that you have to be in control of the artificial intelligence, not let the artificial intelligence dictate what you need to do. It's like like the Chat GBT. You ask Chat GBT certain questions that you've already figured out. You know what I mean? But you want to see what their point of view is. You know what I mean? And you realize, even I got a story. When I asked ChatGPT, to give me racist jokes, ChatGPT said, I cannot do that, dude, because I'm gonna get in trouble. So I went to the other AI tool. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Chinese one. And I asked the same question, and the AI tool said, sorry, me don't speak English. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's what I'm saying, it's limited, it's restricted, it cannot go beyond what it's been programmed to at this present moment of time. You get me? So if you ask it to for funny jokes, it's not going to give you funny jokes. It's going to give you them stale, dry, stagnant jokes. But you know what? I feel that AI has ruined music, to be honest.
I think AI has ruined music. I think technology has ruined music or changed music, because now, like I said about the attention span, people don't, like, I remember when I used to buy people's albums in the case with the artwork and listen to it back to front, and now you're just checking it on Spotify, man, and it's disposable. Disposable music.
It's not the same thing.
Like, even
You
when
don't
I
even
open
listen
up,
to it twice.
even when I go on Spotify, I open it on my phone, when I go gym, and I struggle to think of what I actually want to listen to, because it's just not the same.
What vibes?
It's not the same vibes anymore. I remember when I used to have a Walkman and put a CD in the Walkman with headphones.
Oh wow.
That was
You
music.
come from that era, yeah? What tape or CD?
CD.
Oh, okay. So the Discman. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you got to remember, music started off with live instruments. Yeah? Okay. Then, from live instruments, it got amplified, with like equipment, you know what I mean? AV equipment. From that's when they started creating vinyls, records, and now it can be carried. The music became portable. You get me? Before, you had to go and see the person, see the artist, see the band live. That was the only way you're gonna hear the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they launched the record label, and then, to be honest, the record label made the most money, because that's when they can distribute it globally, you know what I mean, all at one time, you know what I mean. And then from there, we got the digital downloads, and that's when everything went south, because the Napster thing, the LimeWire, where you can get bootleg copies, and then the artists couldn't make money anymore from their music, because obviously who's paying to £20 when you can get it for free. And it's the same thing. There's nothing different. It's even back in the day, many people did it with the LimeWire, you know what I mean? Even when I went to the shop, and I think I was about 7-8 in Curry's or PC World, and I asked them, where can I download music? And they told me straight in the shop, this is where you download it, LimeWire. You know what I mean? And me as an 8-year-old on the laptop, or not the laptop, the big computer them times, just downloading bare tunes and that, and even downloading for mum, and then recording it and putting it on tape. You get me? For the car, because at that time you didn't have an MP3 player for the car. You know what I mean? The cars were still using tapes. You were lucky even to get a CD. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying with the AI, have you incorporated it with your music on a level?
Yeah, like I just told you, didn't I? When I'm mixing a certain beat.
What? So you have a program, an algorithm that will do it itself?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
No, I'm not doing that, bro. I just mean I asked ChatGPT a couple questions about frequencies.
Okay. Yeah, but that's just like,
It's still me doing
that's just you getting like revision, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's just revision. That's not really you've got now it's like, for example, you can now use an algorithm to master your tunes. You don't need to go to Abbey Road.
Yeah, I have seen that actually.
You know what I
where there's a
mean?
bit you can sign
Lando
up to
or
it.
something.
Yeah, that's the one, Lando. I haven't
Yeah.
done that. I've never done that. I always mix and master my own tunes.
Why do you master your own tunes?
Because
Why don't you go to someone to master it?
because because it's my song and it has to hit every sonical angle that I want it to hit.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I don't feel like it's what it's supposed to be.
So what is your baby, yeah?
Yeah.
No one
and
can-
even like people don't understand, yeah.
Go on.
From the production to what I'm saying to the soundscape of it all. Like it's for me, it's not about me trying to say I have the best bars or nothing. I have good bars, yeah. But when you're hearing my song, it's also about the sonical frequencies it's hitting, the way things are panned. Like every little thing, it's like a painting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a painting that I have created, and it has to be how I want it to be. If I'm giving it to someone else to mix it and master it, and they're going to change it because, oh no, but Spotify wants it to be in this kind of way. No, I don't care. Even if I'm bending the rules slightly of the expectation of an engineer, I don't care, bro, because I'm not doing this to try and be correct about everything. It's art. Music is art. So I produce and create from an unapologetic creative angle.
Unapologetic, you know.
Yeah, creatively, somewhere it's gonna push a boundary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you don't want it to sound like industry. You just want it to sound like
No.
like you,
I want it to
like
sound
your
good.
soul.
Like it's quality. Like it's a quality mixes and that. It's not sounding like it's produced out of a potato or nothing. But it's me. It's got to come with the conviction of everything.
No, I hear that still. I mean, yeah, that justifies what you're saying, you know what I mean? But I'm always like where I mix and master, like I've got one guy, yeah, and I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna say, yeah, he's a guy, yeah, he's European and that, you know what I mean? Like, and he's a good sound engineer. You get me? Like some people, they want to do it all, and it's like some people can just produce good,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and some people can't produce
Yeah.
but can sound engineer, you know what I mean, make this the sounds come out and sound brighter, you know what I mean, but they cannot make beats.
Yeah.
They don't have that creativity, to like impact the music scene, but they can do their job in terms of getting it to creating the master.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then I personally go to Abbey Road studios and get my tunes mastered because I'm someone that is fussy and I just want the best. You get me? And the best is Abbey Road. There's no one better than that.
Yeah,
and especially because it's UK. You know what I mean? I'm patriot to my country. So I want to support my country. You know what I mean? I can go to American and do it, but no. I want to go Abbey Road. I don't care about the price. I just know no one can do better than that. You know what I mean? But let's move on, yeah? Let me... Because I wanted to play a tune, but I can't because I can't find the aux. You know what I mean? I've only got my USB. I never asked you to bring the USB because I thought I was going to be able to sort it out. You know what I mean? But I wanted to ask you a question, but I want to make sure that camera's on before I ask these questions because these ones are very relative. But anyway, shout out to the people in
Can I ask you a quick
YouTube.
question? You see this?
Go on.
This live stream here, is that live on Facebook?
Yeah,
So can I watch that afterwards?
yeah,
Oh, sick. Cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I like this angle here. That's a good angle.
yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So, like we managed to get it done. We still got enough time. You know what I mean? I've only got like a couple of questions to ask you, like maybe
man.
one or two.
Fire away, bro.
You know what I mean? And
good.
it's been a good vibe.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Like we made sure, you get me, like we didn't cross no boundaries. We're having a good time. You know what I mean? We're teaching the people. We're letting them. We're telling our story.
Yeah.
And like what we said, we're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a audience. We're trying to build our tribes because I would say the peak of freedom of the freedom movement. 1 second.
Okay. Shout out to everybody on Facebook.
All right, dude. Yeah, now, the peak of the freedom movement, dude, was when it was lockdown, when we were in Shepherd's Bush, and when everybody was standing their ground in Shepherd's Bush Green, High Priest Someone Else's hometown. That's when High Priest Someone Else was feeling the freedom movement, guys, because we were united and we were strong, and we didn't fear the Babylon. We didn't fear the law enforcement officers. We didn't fear the draconian laws. However, guys, what happened was that people had bad experiences in the freedom movement. People lost their kids. People got sectioned. And as a result, the freedom movement or lockdown disintegrated. And people got a phobia of having human rights. Because when you have one bad trip, dude, if you're taking drugs, you don't want to have that bad trip again. And people had bad trips in the freedom movement. But we're out here because we are the chosen ones, guys. Do you understand? We're out here because we have to make this happen. And there's no other way forward in making it happen by uniting, guys, and being able to come for one common cause, to take back our country and to be free man on the land, dude. So I'm going to tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you something, buddy. What do you think can bring us back together? What do you think is going to make us be able to unite one last time? One last time, man.
You're talking about the freedom movement?
The freedom movement, bro. Because I miss all of you guys. And it's not like we're enemies. It's just that we're doing our own thing. But we can come back.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. It's when there's a like I said earlier, when they start forcing us to lock down or to do something or to somehow lean on our rights and stuff, that's when people will rise up again. But at the moment, they're not doing that.
Yeah, because people are selective with their causes, brother.
They're doing a freedom party, you know. You should check it out. It's Monty's birthday.
But no one invited me, brother.
I think it's a public thing.
Like I said, I don't know about it. You get me? It's not like I'm not looking for it purposely, actively. But like what we said, we're all connected. We all know each other.
But I know what you're saying. You want to know when it's going to be like how it was.
Yeah.
In times. But
like every week there was a protest.
Yeah.
Every week.
People are.
We had the freedom jam.
People don't feel threatened right now when it's locked down or when they're trying to push these experiments on us and that's when people. You kind of have to do something about it. At the moment, everyone can kind of just go about their life. There's no pressure right now. There's no pressure being put on us.
Yeah, but the cost of living. People are homeless.
Well, you know what? Yeah, the cost of living, but people have to then deal with that. They ain't got time to do anything.
Okay, the only people that are revolutionary right now in the United Kingdom is Northern Ireland with these grooming gangs. They're fighting and they're still fighting and they're saying they don't want them anymore. You get me? Why ain't the UK people like this? Or why ain't the mainland?
There are people in the UK who are fighting that. There are. Not in London. Well, not as far as I know anyway.
Well, not as bad as Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland are actually mashing up the place.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even really know what's going on in all these. I've heard about people fighting against this stuff, and fair enough, you would.
And this is not to do with Muslim grooming gangs. This is to do with Romanian grooming gangs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they're more.
You know what? I did hear about this actually in Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one thing, someone got raped in it, and then.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the Irish have got that warrior spirit. I'm Irish. I get it.
That's how he gets.
Yeah, like I need to. I've never been to Ireland, man. It's sad, but my nan's Irish, and I have a background there, but I've never been there.
I see.
But the Irish have the warrior spirit, bro.
Yeah, because they're like the original Celtics.
Yeah.
The original indigenous people of the land.
Yeah, trust me.
You know what I mean? But yeah, okay. All right, let me ask you this question. What do you think about this idea of this revolutionary rap playlist on Spotify and other platforms, maybe Apple, YouTube?
Well, the one you made?
Yeah, the one I made. What do you think about it? I mean, I don't expect you like to have seen it all, but like, I mean, the concept. What do you think of the concept?
Yeah, big up you for making that, because yeah, it's a good look. I haven't listened. I checked it and I see there's loads of stuff on it. So yeah, it's needed.
Because
there needs to be. I get what you're saying. Like there does need to be more or a new wave of DJs, producers, artists. There is the wave, but we're still under the radar.
Yeah,
Like,
but
to some people, I'm like their favorite artist, and to most people, they've never heard of me in their life. So it shows where we're at in this current thing. You know, it's like within our bubble, we have a scene, and it's good.
Yeah.
Like we're doing this. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what we're saying.
We're not talking to nobody. People are gonna see this.
Yeah, you know, of course they're gonna see this.
But you want this thing to be on that vast scale of like when we're a fan of, like you said earlier, Kendrick or whoever it is that's on them. Like I don't know how we get to them levels, other than just keep on doing stuff over time, and who knows.
Well, look, like the biggest artists in UK right now, even today, like on DJ AG online, you get me? It's all a collective, right? It's not just one. There's many, you know what I mean, on the lineup, on the set, and that's what we're saying. It's a collective right now. We cannot make music for you guys if you don't support us, and the vice versa. We need you more than you need us. Do you understand, my brothers and sisters? And we're doing this for love. You get me? We're putting our blood, sweat, and tears, dude, into the music we make for you. We want to make sure that you feel good energy, and you'll be able to unlock your DNA into a higher dimension, and be aware of what's going on, especially how the earth is changing and shifting. And like what we said, waiting for the Messiah, waiting for Yeshua Yamashiach, Jesus Christ, in terms of the Hebrew, to come here, or like what we said, waiting for the Messiah, because everybody's waiting for the Messiah right now with the wars going on in Iran and Israel. And right now, you get me? We're not gonna go deep into that rabbit hole, but everybody know what time it is. It says it in Revelations. You know what I mean? And it's a wonderful time to be doing revolutionary music, because it has a impact, and it has purpose for the people that are fighting for this planet and fighting for truth, justice, and righteousness. So I think the last question I'll ask you, is what do you think of High Priest and Metascience?
What do I think of High Priest and Metascience?
Yeah.
I think High Priest is a very unapologetic artist. And you're raw to the core, so big up yourself for doing that. And you're a one-man army.
No, I hear that. I am a one-man army, because no one is on my frequency, no one's on my wave, no one is fearless like me to be out here in these streets putting their life on the line. You know what I mean?
You know what? You are fearless, but you know what I'll say to you, bro, is that you don't have to always be so. Sometimes you do just have to take care of yourself, bro. You haven't always got to be in the firing line of everything.
But who else is gonna do it?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
who else is gonna do it, bro?
You know what it is? And all right, let me give you an example. Yeah?
Go on.
You see, me and Inspector Veg have like a back and forth, or we have had back and forth beefs over the time. We've known each other. So he explains it like, Ryan Sanders had the baton for the conscious scene, and it's true. I was doing it consistently for like a couple years, dropping tracks all the time. But at some point, you need to put your weapons down and have a rest. Do you know what I'm saying? And it just so happened that he then went viral, and now he's that guy doing that same thing. So the way I see it is, not one man can always run with the baton. You have to sometimes pass it on and let someone else have a go, or let someone else be the one speaking. If you're constantly going for it, you're going to burn out of energy, and you're going to put a target on your back.
No, for real. I hear that.
You don't want to end up like
who?
Anyone who's been assassinated or taken out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know who you thought I was going to say.
Yeah. No, I hear that. No, I hear that. I mean, sometimes they say that the fame the fame can turn you crazy, or sometimes like people like Michael Jackson, people like Madonna or Eminem. You know, they made tunes like, oh, the fame is crazy, it's too crazy, that people are fanatics. You know what I mean? Like even Dr. Dre, I think,
you know what? Sorry, let me cut in here because I have a very good point to make.
Go on.
that there's a difference between supporters and fans. Fans are crazy, and fans will turn on you as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had some
What?
crazy
What?
fans, yeah, that
Go on.
hate me, that want to like send me mad long messages about how I'm this and I'm that, and I'm thinking, bro, like 6 months ago you was like literally playing my, like telling me how much of my music has helped your life and all this stuff. It's crazy. Whereas supporters, they have more balance and they're just cool. So be careful of fans.
But why? But fans, you can have die-hard fans like that are okay. For example, we give you a good example.
I've got a few diehard fans too.
Look at Puff Daddy. He's got his die-hard fans. Kanye is a die-hard fan. You know what I mean? He went to see him in the courthouse last week. You get me? There's die-hard fan. Same like Michael Jackson. He had his die-hard fans in the courtyard. You know what I mean? When he was dealing with what he was dealing with. You get me? Like those are the kind of people. Yeah, that I is looking for. That's who you call your tribe. Because those people now, they like, I'm not saying they're idolizing you, yeah, but I'm putting it out there. You know what I mean? I'm spending in the works. Yeah, I'm not saying they're idolizing you to that you're God, but but you've touched their soul. Like that you've changed their life. You know what I mean? And they just adore you. You know what I mean? It's like the same like football. You get me? Like it's the same thing, innit? You know what I mean? Football, there's people that are die hard for their team. You know what I mean? That will do anything for their team and pay for season ticket. You know what I mean? Year in and year out. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of the fans, like we're trying to do that. We're trying to make sure that our supporters and our fans are able to connect on those levels so that we can be doing stuff together, yeah. And
you know what I'd say though as well, the angle that we're coming from with our music, yeah. I've got a song called False Idols, right?
Go on.
So we can't become an idol to our supporters if we're coming from a certain spiritual background.
But what happens if it just falls into place like that?
You have to remind them.
Organically.
I have a song that I can always just keep sharing called False Idols. Don't look at me as an idol because I went semi-viral with AG or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? It's just, I want to be one of the people.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, yeah, and like what I do with my gifts is challenge the system of entertainment or whatever it is, because I'm not trying to be one of them. I'm one of you, but I'm just doing it in a way that is good. You know what I'm saying? I'll make good music, but I don't want people to put me on no pedestal.
Maybe it's if you stop caring about the music, then that's when people care about you. I mean, look. I said it one more time, guys. If you stop caring about your music, then people start caring about you. I'll give you an example. You see Nate, yeah? I reached out to Nate, online, yeah? Talking about this revolutionary rap, telling him, come true, come, let's reason on the Metascience Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship show. And he told me that, hey, dude, yeah, I appreciate you, man, but I don't do that no more. I just make music just to express my soul, and that I don't care about the fame. I got kids, and music is not even on my priority anymore. And I had to respect him, because at the end of the day, when I checked his history, when I went to the archives, checked YouTube, I saw that he was on it. There was a time that he was actually on it. He's been doing the thing for a very long time, more or less 20 years. You know what I mean? He's been doing this thing. You know what I mean? It's not just, that one project in lockdown. That's when, you know what I mean? He made music. No, he's been doing it for a very long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think I saw him one time in one of the protests and that. But he was just by himself, and he had his music playing that We Say No. You know what I mean? He was just doing his own thing in his own little way and that. You know what I mean? But big up to Nate though, because like I said, he's a real one. You know what I mean? He's someone that he doesn't want to be idolized. You get me? He's told, man, I don't want no one to know me anymore about the music. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm ready to die for my music. I'm the opposite. Like I'm ready for all of that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that is I and I's purpose, or the High Priest someone else's purpose to make music so that we're ready for this war or this Armageddon. You get me? The time is now, dude. The time is now. Because right now, like what we said, we're in war. We're in World War III, dude. And things ain't getting better. Things are only gonna get worse. So you better get on the bandwagon of revolutionary rap and program your mind so that you're ready for the Armageddon. You're done, no Metascience. Do you have any questions you want to ask High Priest, Ryan?
Questions, boy.
Go on. I'm ready for you.
You spun me because I come here to be asked the questions. All right. Off of what you just said, yeah.
Go on.
So, do you want to become like famous?
I want to fulfill my purpose. And if it means that I have to be famous, then so be it as a byproduct. Cool.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it.
What if someone walked in here right now, yeah, with a contract and was like, right, we're gonna fulfill your purpose and we're gonna sign you for 1 million Great British pounds.
Oh, okay.
But
Go on.
But you're not allowed to speak about anything that's gonna stop any agendas from falling into place. So then basically you would blow, but you would be making songs that are slightly off of what you're saying now.
Okay. That's the question, yeah, if I was signing that contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be a controversial answer, and I'll sign the contract. But before I sign the contract, I'll make sure I read the contract. I'll make sure I get a lawyer to read the contract and make sure that legalese is translated into plain, straight layman's English, so I know and understand what I'm dealing with.
But the thing is, they're stopping you from saying what you're meant to be saying.
Well, to be honest, I've got the library is already there. You get me? It's not.
Oh, so it's already.
It's already like I've already got the catalogue of what.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually did deep that at one point because with what I've put out, I've already said certain things, and I've already and then the next project there's certain things I'm touching on as well. But if you've already got the catalogue there, all right. What about if they said we have to take down your stuff that you've already done?
But I own my masters. You get me? So yeah,
you own it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they won't distribute it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it this way: they're not going to distribute my catalog. They're only going to distribute what I make with them, with the record label.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the thing. You see, now the problem with the record label is, the record label, can get you the fame, can get you the exposure, can get you the listener, the audience, get you put you on the stage. But the problem is, dude, the record label takes your fans. After they're done with you and the contract's up, you can't connect with your fans. And all of that you've done for nothing. You see what we're saying? Whereas doing it independently, doing it DIY, you have to build your fan base. You have to collect the emails, you have to collect the numbers, you get me? Once you got your email list, once you got forget about the followers. That's garbage. You need the email.
It's true. Followers don't mean nothing.
You need the email.
Yeah,
when someone gives you the email, that means you got direct contact to them in their email address.
Basically, that is the key to being an independent artist: is building an email list. As uncool as it sounds, that is actually what an independent artist needs to be doing: is capturing emails. Boring admin work.
Exactly, and this is where we're at. We're trying to capture emails, trying to figure out how do you do that? How do you find a way to make people aware of what's going on? You know what I mean? Or connect with you. You know what I mean? On that level. And it's like you got to have strategies, campaigns, for example. I'll give you some game, Ryan. You got to build your website. Once you build your website, then you have to distribute like your merch or whatever, your music, and you have to give them offers. You have for them to sign up to. You know what I mean? So they have to give you in exchange for giving you their email, they get like your unreleased music. You know what I mean? Or they get a free T-shirt or something like that. Because like what we said, once you got the email, that's whenever you're dropping projects, whenever you're dropping merch, whenever you're doing shows, you can directly give it to that person so that they can see it. You know what I mean? Because they must be invested in you. They're more invested in you than a follower online. You see what we're saying? And what else can we say? Because time is running out now. I mean, where can we find you?
Instagram, I am Ryan Sanders. TikTok is the same. YouTube, just type in Ryan Sanders. I'm there. I am Ryan Sanders. That's my YouTube name, I believe. Spotify, Ryan Sanders. In fact, apparently now you can Google Ryan Sanders.
Okay, so you got a good SEO.
But there is an MMA fighter with my name. He might come up. We're battling for the top spot on Google right now. So yeah, but if you dig, you'll find me. We haven't got to dig too far to find me, is what I'm saying.
No, I hear that still. So, any last words?
Any last words? New album coming very soon. Festivals coming up very soon. And I'm dropping teasers on my Instagram or everywhere actually. YouTube Shorts, TikTok. I'm actually quite active right now. Dropping little teasers. Doing things like this with you.
Yeah.
I'm doing something with London Open TV on Thursday with Ministries as well.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
I'm actually active over the summer. Okay. And God willing, you might even see me in a little boxing match this year. We'll see.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you can do that. And 2025 will be a good year. And like what we said, in Jesus' name, we'll all blow together. We'll all
Amen.
Get there. You know what I mean? Amen. Nice talking to you, bro.
You too, bro.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And next week we'll be back. Same time, same place. On YouTube, The Hub Live, on Facebook. And High Priest Someone Else signing off. You're done now, Metascience.